Look, as we approach the end of the year, it's a natural time for reflection and setting goals and intentions for the future. And right now, with all of the turmoil that we've collectively been experiencing this year, who doesn't want a fresh start? Who wouldn't want a future that's full of promise? Well, the most crucial part of creating the future that we desire is our mindset. Welcome to the Personal Mastery and Growth Podcast, where we explore the keys to unlocking your full potential and living your best life. I'm your host, Jose Johnson. Whether you're looking to make a breakthrough, overcome a challenge, or simply live with greater clarity, joy, and purpose, you'll find the tools and inspirations you need right here. So let's start your journey towards personal mastery and growth right now. Welcome back to the Personal Mastery and Growth Podcast, your go-to resource for practical tips, insightful research, and inspiring stories to help you unlock your full potential. I'm your host, Jose Johnson, and I'm an expert in the fields of mindfulness, mindset, and peak performance, and I'm so excited to have you here with me today. And today, we're going to explore the 5 mindset shifts that you can apply starting right now to make the most of the new year. Look, as we approach the end of the year, it's a natural time for reflection and setting goals and intentions for the future. And right now, with all of the turmoil that we've collectively been experiencing this year, who doesn't want a fresh start? Who wouldn't want a future that's full of promise? Well, the most crucial part of creating the future that we desire is our mindset. Our mindset is the lens through which we perceive and interact with the world. Our mindset influences our thoughts, our behaviors, and ultimately our outcomes. So in today's episode, we're going to dive into these 5 transformative mindset shifts that can significantly enhance your personal growth. Number 1 is celebrating your wins, but learning from your losses. Number 2, become comfortable being uncomfortable. Number 3, make friends with fear. Number 4, prioritize the process, not the outcome. And number 5, focus on being, not doing. Now, these mindset shifts are not just theoretical concepts. They are powerful and practical strategies that you can integrate into your daily life to foster continuous growth and fulfillment. So whether you're aiming to overcome personal challenges, enhance your professional life, or simply feel a little more peace in your life, this episode is just what you need. So let's get started on this journey together. And let's begin by learning to celebrate your wins, but learn from your losses. Celebrating your achievements and learning from setbacks are crucial for personal and professional development. When you acknowledge your wins, you reinforce positive behaviors and boost your motivation. While critically analyzing where you've fallen short, well, that provides a valuable insight for your growth. So let's start by understanding the importance of celebrating your wins. Recognizing and celebrating your accomplishments, regardless of their size, plays a crucial role in maintaining your motivation and enhancing your overall well-being. Celebrations activate the brain's reward system, releasing dopamine, which reinforces positive behavior, and it fosters a sense of accomplishment. Now, this process not only boosts your feelings of self-efficacy and self-esteem, but also encourages the pursuit of further goals. And this creates a positive feedback loop of success and satisfaction. In addition, celebrating our wins helps you to solidify the lessons you've learned. And this plants the seed for intentional future actions. It also fosters social support, enhancing our relationships and our feeling of connection. Skipping celebrations, on the other hand, can increase your stress levels and the risk of burnout, harming motivation and well-being. But the truth is, we don't win all the time. What should you do about all those times when you fell short or you completely screwed the pooch? Well, here's the truth. Experiencing setbacks is an inevitable part of life, but these moments offer invaluable opportunities for growth. Learning to embrace failure as feedback allows you to identify areas for improvement, develop resilience, and cultivate a growth mindset. By analyzing what went wrong, you can develop new strategies and approaches, which can lead to increased innovation and creativity. However, learning from failure can be more challenging than learning from success. Factors such as motivation, emotional response, and mental health status play a crucial role. So it's important to reflect on the experience, identify what went wrong, make a conscious effort to learn from it, be realistic about the outcomes, and maintain confidence without being discouraged by setbacks. So here are some strategies for celebrating wins and learning from losses. Let's start with number 1, reflective journaling. Maintaining a journal to document your wins and losses encourages self-reflection. Writing about your experiences gives you a deeper understanding of the factors that contributed to your outcomes and becomes a roadmap for planning your future actions. Number 2, share your success. Including others in your celebrations can foster a sense of community and support. It also provides an opportunity to express gratitude to those who contributed to your success. Number 3, analyze setbacks objectively. When faced with a loss, assess the situation without self-criticism. Identify factors that led to the outcome and consider what could be done differently in the future. Now, this is where a regular mindfulness practice can be beneficial. Number 4, develop a growth mindset. Embrace challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. Understand that effort and perseverance can lead to mastery, and view setbacks as stepping stones to improvement. And number 5, set new goals. Use the momentum from your wins to set new goals. Reflecting on your achievements helps you build on your strengths and focus on areas for continued growth. Now, by integrating these practices into your routine, you can create a balanced approach to personal and professional development, leveraging both success and failures as catalysts for growth. All right, now let's talk about mindset shift number 2. Become comfortable being uncomfortable. Stepping outside of your comfort zone is essential for transformation. Embracing discomfort can lead to increased resilience, creativity, and self-awareness. By intentionally seeking situations that challenge you, you can unlock new potentials and achieve greater fulfillment. But what exactly is the comfort zone? Well, psychologist Judith Bardwick defines it as a behavioral state where a person operates in an anxiety-neutral position. So in essence, the comfort zone is a psychological state where you feel safe and at ease and are experiencing low levels of anxiety and stress. Now, while it provides a sense of security, remaining in this zone can hinder your personal development and limit your opportunities for growth. So are there benefits of embracing discomfort? You bet. Venturing beyond your comfort zone offers several key advantages. The first is enhanced resilience. Facing challenges builds mental and emotional strength, and that enables you to handle future adversity much more effectively. Number 2 is increased creativity. Unfamiliar situations encourage innovative thinking and problem-solving skills. And number 3, personal growth. Experiencing discomfort promotes self-awareness and helps identify areas for improvement. Developing the ability to embrace discomfort involves deliberate practice and mindset shifts. So here are 5 strategies to become comfortable with discomfort. Number 1, start small. Begin by taking minor risks or trying new activities to gradually build tolerance for discomfort. Number 2, develop a growth mindset. View challenges as opportunities to learn rather than threats. Now, this perspective fosters resilience and adaptability. Number 3, challenge your limiting beliefs. Identify and confront the thoughts that hold you back. Replace them with empowering beliefs that can expand your comfort zone. Try tools like reframing, transformational vocabulary, or affirmations. Number 4, practice self-care. Make sure that you maintain your physical and mental well-being. This will give you the ability to better handle stress and uncertainty. And number 5, seek support. Engage with mentors, coaches, or supportive peers who can provide you guidance and encouragement. Embracing discomfort is a powerful catalyst for personal growth. By intentionally stepping outside of your comfort zone, you can develop resilience, enhance your creativity, and achieve greater fulfillment in various aspects of your life. Think of your mindset like your body. Your physical strength and flexibility are skills that only improve when you regularly push your boundaries. You want to get stronger? Well, when you exercise, you need to either add more weight or more reps to your exercise. Well, and if you want to get more flexible, you need to try to go 1 inch further today than you did yesterday. Now, one of my martial arts teachers said that when you're training, you should always want to feel like you want to be somewhere else. And what he meant was that if you're laughing and not breaking a sweat, you aren't pushing yourself. And if you aren't pushing yourself, you aren't making gains. So always remember, growth begins at the edge of your comfort zone. All right, now let's talk about making friends with fear. Fear is a fundamental human emotion. It serves as a protective mechanism against potential threats. But when fear becomes overwhelming or irrational, it can actually hinder our personal growth and well-being. Learning to make friends with fear involves understanding its nature, recognizing its impact, and adopting strategies to manage and harness it constructively. So let's start by understanding fear. Fear is an emotional response to a perceived danger that revs up our sympathetic nervous system through the production of hormones and neurotransmitters like norepinephrine, adrenaline, and cortisol. Now, this creates what we typically call our fight, flight, or freeze response, and it triggers physiological changes such as an increased heart rate and heightened alertness. While fear can protect us from harm, fear can also be counterproductive when activated by perceived dangers that aren't life-threatening. When fear is not properly addressed, it can lead to avoidance behaviors, anxiety, and a diminished quality of life. Unmanaged fear may prevent you from pursuing opportunities, forming new relationships, or achieving your goals. Over time, this can result in a cycle of avoidance and increased fearfulness, limiting your potential, your success, and your satisfaction. So recognizing that fear is a natural and sometimes misplaced reaction is the first step towards managing it effectively. So what are the benefits of embracing fear? Well, when we learn to confront and accept fear, this can lead to several positive outcomes. Number one is personal growth. Facing fear encourages self-awareness and helps us identify areas for improvement. Number two is enhanced resilience. Overcoming fearful situations builds mental and emotional strength, enabling better handling of future adversities. And number three is increased creativity. Stepping into the unknown fosters innovative thinking and problem-solving skills. Remember, like any skill, developing a positive relationship with fear involves deliberate practice and mindset shifts. So let's talk about 5 strategies to help you befriend fear. Let's start with number 1, acknowledge and accept fear. Instead of denying or suppressing fear, acknowledge its presence. The act of acceptance allows you to confront your fears without judgment, and that reduces its power over you. Now, there's an old saying about fear: if you can name it, you can tame it. You see, too often we generalize fear, but when we can get specific about our fears, what are we afraid of? Why are we afraid of it? What are we afraid is going to happen? Well, this gives us the power to question those assumptions in the light of logic. Number 2, cultivate curiosity. Approach fear with curiosity rather than avoidance. Curiosity shifts the focus from fear itself to understanding its origins and its implications. By exploring the root causes of your fears, you can demystify them and reduce their intensity. Number 3, practice exposure. Systematically exposing yourself to the sources of your fears in controlled settings can gradually desensitize you to the fear stimulus, which will reduce its impact over time. By facing these fears incrementally, you build confidence and diminish the fear response. Number 4, practice mindfulness and relaxation techniques. Engage in mindfulness practices to stay present and reduce anxiety. Techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, and progressive muscle relaxation can help manage the physiological symptoms of fear. Mindfulness also creates a non-judgmental awareness of fear, which can help you to better develop coping strategies. And number 5, seek support. Share your fears with trusted friends, family, a coach, or a mental health professional. Discussing your fears can provide new perspectives and coping strategies, and also reduce your feeling of isolation. Support systems offer encouragement and accountability in the journey to managing fear. Transforming fear from a hindrance into an ally requires intentional effort and practice. But by acknowledging fear, approaching it with curiosity, and employing strategies such as exposure and mindfulness, you can harness fear's energy for personal growth and resilience. Remember that embracing fear not only diminishes its power, but it also opens pathways to new experiences and opportunities. All right, it's time for mindset number 4. Prioritize the process, not the outcome. In our pursuit of success, it's common to fixate on the end results, achieving that promotion, completing the project, or reaching a personal milestone. But this outcome-centric mindset can lead to undue stress, diminished satisfaction, and even burnout. Shifting our focus to the process, the series of actions and experiences that will lead to an outcome, can foster personal growth, enhance our resilience, and improve our overall well-being. So first, let's talk about what is the process-oriented mindset. Well, a process-oriented mindset emphasizes the journey over the destination. It involves immersing yourself in the present tasks, placing a higher value on the learning and development that occurs along the way, rather than solely concentrating on the final result. This approach encourages continuous improvement and adaptability as you become more attuned to your actions and your decisions. Now, there are 3 key benefits of focusing on the process. Number 1 is enhanced learning and skill development. When you concentrate on the steps involved, it's easier to identify areas for improvement, and that leads to the refinement of skills and the acquisition of new knowledge. This continuous learning fosters a growth mindset where challenges are viewed as opportunities rather than obstacles. The second benefit is increased resilience. Emphasizing the process helps build resilience because when setbacks occur, and they will, a process-focused individual is much more likely to analyze the situation objectively, learn from it, and persist rather than becoming discouraged by unmet expectations. And finally, number 3, greater satisfaction and well-being. Engaging fully in the process can lead to a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment, regardless of the outcome. This intrinsic satisfaction contributes to your overall well-being and reduces the pressure associated with achieving specific results. So let's consider some examples of how a process-oriented approach can be beneficial. Let's start with athletics. Coaches typically emphasize the importance of focusing on training routines and techniques rather than fixating on wins. Now, this approach leads to consistent performance improvements and helps with long-term success. Now, let's consider how this works in education. Students who concentrate on learning processes, such as developing effective study habits, tend to perform better academically than those who solely focus on their grades. And in the professional setting, leaders who prioritize processes over results often foster more innovative and resilient teams. By focusing on effective systems and workflows, they create environments where employees feel empowered and engaged, leading to sustainable success. So how do you cultivate a process-oriented approach? Well, here are 5 strategies. Number 1, set process goals. Instead of focusing solely on outcome goals, things like, say, losing 10 pounds, create process goals that lay out the actions needed to achieve the desired result, like exercising for 30 minutes every day and cutting out processed foods. Right? This shift directs your attention to the actionable steps that are actually within your control. Number 2, develop consistent habits. Establish routines that align with your objectives, ensuring regular progress. Habits are the things that we do automatically. They are our defaults. So remember the words of English poet John Dryden, who said, "We first make our habits, and then our habits make us." You will only achieve your goals if you're taking consistent steps in the right direction. So the better your habits, the better your chance of success. Number 3, practice mindfulness. Engage in mindfulness practices to stay present and fully experience each step of the journey. Mindfulness enhances awareness of your actions and decisions, allowing for intentional and thoughtful engagement in the process. Number 4, embrace a growth mindset. View challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth rather than failure. This perspective encourages learning and resilience, essential components of a process-focused approach. And number 5, embrace flexibility. It's important to understand that the path to your goal may not be linear. Being adaptable and open to change allows you to navigate obstacles more effectively, maintaining focus on the process rather than being derailed by unforeseen challenges. But transitioning to a process-oriented mindset, well, it may present its fair share of challenges, things like the societal pressures that we feel to achieve specific outcomes. So here are 3 steps to overcome these obstacles. Let's start by reframing success. Redefine success to include personal growth, learning, and resilience, not just the attainment of specific goals. Next, seek support. Engage with mentors, coaches, or peers who value the process. Their perspective can provide encouragement and reinforce the importance of focusing on the journey. And finally, reflect regularly. Set aside time to reflect on your experiences, your challenges, and your progress. This practice enhances self-awareness and reinforces a process-oriented approach. Prioritizing the process over the outcome transforms the journey towards goals into a fulfilling and enriching experience. By embracing each step, learning from each challenge, and valuing our growth, we not only enhance our chances of success, but also cultivate a more resilient and satisfied self. All right, now it's time for our final mindset. Focus on being, not doing. In today's fast-paced world, there's a prevailing emphasis on constant activity and achievement. This doing mindset often leads to stress, burnout, and a diminished sense of fulfillment. Shifting our focus from relentless activity to simply being can foster greater self-awareness, contentment, and overall well-being. So let's start with understanding the difference between doing and being. Now, the doing mode is characterized by a continuous drive to accomplish tasks, achieve goals, and solve problems. Now, while this approach is essential for productivity, it can become overwhelming when it dominates our lives. In contrast, the being mode emphasizes present moment awareness, acceptance, and experiencing life without the constant pressure to act or achieve. This state will allow you to connect more deeply with yourself and your surroundings, leading to a more balanced and fulfilling life. So what are some of the benefits of embracing the being mode? Well, we can start with reduced stress and anxiety. By focusing on the present moment and letting go of the incessant need to do, individuals often experience a significant reduction in their levels of stress and anxiety. Now, this shift allows for a more relaxed and peaceful state of mind. Next is enhanced self-awareness. Engaging in the being mode encourages introspection and mindfulness, leading to a deeper understanding of our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. This heightened self-awareness is crucial for personal growth and emotional intelligence. And finally, improve relationships. When you are fully present, you can engage more authentically with others, and that fosters deeper connections and more meaningful relationships. This presence allows for better communication and empathy. So here are some practical strategies to cultivate the being mode. Let's start with mindfulness meditation. Regular mindfulness practices such as meditation can help train the mind to focus on the present moment, reducing the habitual pull towards constant activity. This practice enhances awareness and acceptance of the present. Next, set boundaries. Establish clear boundaries between work and personal time to prevent the encroachment of constant doing into the moments meant for relaxation and reflection. This separation is essential for maintaining balance. Engage in enjoyable activities. Participate in activities that are fulfilling and enjoyable without a specific goal in mind. Things like taking a walk in nature, reading just for the heck of it, or spending time with loved ones. These activities promote relaxation and presence. And finally, practice self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself when you notice a tendency to slip back into the doing mode. Recognize that it's a common habit and gently guide yourself back to the present moment. This approach fosters a kinder relationship with yourself. Now, another way to consider the importance of being over doing ties into our previous discussion on focusing on the process over the outcome. You remember that quote from John Dryden, we first make our habits and then our habits make us? Well, when we shift our focus from what we want to achieve to who do we want to be, well, we set ourselves up for greater success. So, for example, when you become a disciplined person, things like getting to the gym regularly or saying no to that second helping become second nature. When you become a more loving person, you increase the likelihood of developing better relationships. So when you have a desire to create a different reality for yourself, first consider what are the character traits that would make that outcome inevitable. Now, I actually suggest to my clients to create to-be lists in addition to their to-do list. So, for example, if you have a meeting on your schedule, how do you want to show up? Well, if it's a brainstorming session, you might want to be open-minded and creative. If it's a performance evaluation, you want to be more empathetic or less emotional, depending on the circumstances. When you find the right way to be in a situation, you will automatically find the right things to do. All right, as we bring this episode to a close, let's first revisit the 5 transformative mindset shifts that we've explored. We started with number 1, celebrate your wins, but learn from your losses. Recognizing your achievements reinforces positive behaviors and boosts motivation. Equally, analyzing setbacks provides invaluable insights for growth, fostering resilience and adaptability. Next was become comfortable being uncomfortable. Stepping outside your comfort zone is essential for personal development. Embracing discomfort leads to increased resilience, creativity, and self-awareness, unlocking new potentials and achieving greater fulfillment. Number 3 was make friends with fear. Understanding and accepting fear allows you to confront it without judgment, reducing its power over you. By approaching fear with curiosity and employing strategies such as exposure and mindfulness, you can harness fear's energy for personal growth and resilience. Number 4 was prioritize the process, not the outcome. Focusing on the journey rather than the destination encourages continuous improvement and adaptability. This approach enhances learning, builds resilience, and leads to greater satisfaction and well-being. And number 5, focus on being, not doing. Shifting from constant activity to simply being fosters greater self-awareness, contentment, and overall well-being. Engaging in mindfulness practices and setting boundaries between work and personal time can help cultivate this state. So as we approach the new year, I encourage you to integrate these mindset shifts into your daily life. By doing so, you'll be better equipped to navigate challenges, to seize opportunities, and to create a more fulfilling and purposeful future. All right, thank you for joining me today on this episode of the Personal Mastery and Growth Podcast. If you found this episode valuable, please consider subscribing and share this with someone who might benefit from the message. Always keep in mind that personal growth is a continuous journey, and each step that you take brings you closer to unlocking your full potential. So until next time, remember, it is what it is, but it becomes what you make it. So make it great. Thanks for tuning in. Before we wrap up, I just want to remind you that the information shared in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional advice or treatment. While the content of this podcast is based on research and personal experience, everyone's situation is unique, and the advice given may not be applicable to all. Always consult a qualified professional before making significant changes in your life. The Personal Mastery and Growth Podcast is recorded at the So Good Media Studios, located in the Candy Factory, a co-working space in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.